Holders of XRP, get ready. Ripple might be preparing a significant upheaval in the cryptocurrency industry, a bold action that might cause 80% of all XRP tokens to disappear by 2025. That's not all, though. According to Ripple's most recent developments, this move could cause the price of XRP to soar. We'll examine Ripple's approach in detail in this video, as well as the possibility of a significant XRP burn and how it might result in a price explosion. Don't pass up an event that could change the game. Let's take a moment to consider why Ripple's approach to tokenomics is so distinctive before delving into the specifics of the XRP burn. XRP differs from Ethereum and Bitcoin. It was developed by Ripple Labs, and in regards to the overall supply of XRP, Ripple has adopted a carefully restricted strategy. Not all of the 100 billion XRP tokens that Ripple released at launch are accessible on the open market. Actually, some 55 billion XRP are kept in an escrow account and cannot be sold or traded right away. As a result, there are only about 45 billion XRP in circulation at any given time. Ripple now owns a significant amount of the supply, which is an intriguing dynamic brought about by this novel escrow scheme. However, what would happen if that supply was further diminishing? Could there be a significant price hike as a result? That is what we're going to investigate. David Schwartz, the CTO of Ripple, recently made a suggestion that the company is looking into ways to drastically cut down on the amount of XRP in circulation. This might entail burning a sizable amount of the entire supply, taking these tokens off the market for good. However, why would Ripple act in this way? Scarcity is the solution. Ripple may be trying to emulate Bitcoin's success by developing a far more rare asset, as Bitcoin has demonstrated that a limited supply may increase demand. Increased scarcity would result from the remaining tokens being much rarer if Ripple burned a significant quantity of XRP. And this can greatly affect their worth, possibly leading to a sharp increase in market prices. This burn has a straightforward concept. Increase the value while decreasing the supply. This widespread economic idea has been noted in a number of markets. It is possible that Ripple is attempting to induce a supply shock in order to increase the value and appeal of XRP to investors, generating fresh enthusiasm for trade. However, what would happen to XRP's price if they implemented this plan? Let's dissect it and thoroughly examine the possible results. Let us examine the figures. The price of XRP is currently about 50 cents per token. However, what would happen if Ripple were to destroy, say, half of the quantity that is in circulation? Approximately 22.5 billion XRP would be taken off the market as a result. Let's look at market capitalization to get a sense of the possible impact. A token's market capitalization is determined by multiplying its price by its circulating supply. Therefore, in order to preserve the same market capitalization, the price of the remaining tokens would need to rise if Ripple decreased the amount of XRP. In essence, each token would increase in value if there were fewer in circulation. Assuming demand stays constant, the price of XRP may theoretically rise by a factor of 10 if 50% of its supply is burned, reaching $5 per token. That's not all, though. What happens if Ripple chooses to burn even more of the entire supply? Let's now investigate the likelihood that a greater percentage of the supply being burned by Ripple. What would happen if they cut the amount of XRP in circulation by 80%, leaving just 20 billion? An even more severe supply shock would result from this, and the price of XRP might be significantly impacted. The price of XRP might skyrocket if the supply were cut so much. Depending on demand, XRP may theoretically reach $20 or even more per token. The arithmetic is reasonable, but this is obviously simply conjecture. If demand remains high and there are fewer tokens available, the price may soar to previously unheard of heights. More investors hoping to profit from the increasing value may be drawn in as a result. But let's not forget that carrying out such a big burn would be extremely risky for Ripple and may have serious consequences. There are some drawbacks to the choice. They would have less authority over the supply. Furthermore, while scarcity may raise prices, it may also cause short-term instability, causing the market to be erratic and possibly unstable. If investors believe the burn is occurring too rapidly or too forcefully, they may become alarmed, which could lead to a sharp decline in the market and general anxiety. However, if Ripple is successful, it might establish a new benchmark for scarcity in the cryptocurrency industry, which might transform the market and alter the way that digital assets are valued. Why then would Ripple make such an extreme move? Ripple's long-term plans for XRP hold the key to the solution. Like Bitcoin, Ripple may guarantee that XRP stays a very precious and rare asset by burning a sizable amount of the supply. For institutional investors who would be enticed by the prospect of owning a limited edition digital asset, the business could become a far more alluring investment proposition. The market has already presented Ripple with difficulties, particularly in light of its ongoing legal dispute with the SEC. However, a successful burn might change the perception of XRP and make it one of the most sought-after cryptocurrencies globally. In addition to altering XRP's course, Ripple's approach may have significant ramifications for the whole cryptocurrency market. Other blockchain initiatives may start to imitate Ripple if it can demonstrate that lowering supply results in a higher value, spawning a new generation of scarcity-driven pricing schemes. What comes next for Ripple and XRP is the key question now that we have examined the possibility of an XRP burn. Will the business truly carry out this enormous burn, or will it just be a theoretical idea? Time will tell. However, if Ripple chooses to carry out this burn, it may cause a significant change in the Bitcoin market. With the possibility of a significant price spike, XRP might emerge as a market titan. Additionally, if the supply reduction plan is successful, Ripple may establish a new standard for tokenomics and scarcity management in digital assets. One thing is certain: as we await additional information from Ripple, XRP has an even more interesting future. What do you think then? Could XRP reach $20 due to Ripple's burn shock? Many investors have this topic on their thoughts, which leads to heated discussions and conjecture. Or will this audacious strategy backfire and have unanticipated market repercussions? It's quite high stakes. Please share your opinions in the comment section below. We look forward to hearing from you and appreciate your thoughts and comments. For further updates on this evolving topic, remember to subscribe and use the like button. We value your support much and use it to provide you with the most recent information. We are all living in an exciting time as the future of XRP is being shaped in front of our own eyes. Keep yourself updated and ahead of the game. We'll be available to provide you with updates at every stage. We appreciate your time and hope to see you in the next video. Till then, be careful and have fun with your investments. For more crypto insights, super subscribe.